Well, Hurricane Sally making landfall overnight near Gulf Shores, Alabama as a Category 2 hurricane. That was just after about 2:30 Arizona time. Take a look at some of this video as the storm inched closer to the Gulf. The wind and rain pummeling Pensacola, Florida as the eye wall of that storm got closer and closer. You can really see a lack of visibility there. The Mobile, Alabama National Weather Service office tweeting this storm is life-threatening, warning people there you've got to get to higher ground. Take a look at all that rough surf there in Mobile. And then finally, let's take you to Gulf Shores, where we did have a pier washed out there completely. And that's before we even saw landfall, which was right in that area. Already more than 400,000 customers are without power. Thousands of people have been evacuated with that pier there in Gulf Shores. Again, that's right near where we saw landfall with those stronger winds this morning. We're hearing the winds overnight reached 121 miles per hour. And this storm could really bring historic flooding as up to 30 inches of rain. That's incredible, could fall in some areas. Already we've seen 2 feet of rain in spots like Pensacola, Florida. CBS's Nancy Chen joins us live this morning from Walton Beach, and looks like you're getting the rain and the wind.
Hey, good morning. That's absolutely right, April. Good to be with you. You can see right now around me, we are really right in the thick of things. It's such a slow-moving storm, bringing incredibly intense winds as well as very heavy rainfall. And it is moving so slowly right now, really essentially just hovering, and it's bringing a lot of damage.
Hurricane Sally is battering parts of the Gulf Coast with heavy rains and strong winds.
Gulf Shores, Alabama getting slammed by Hurricane Sally.
Power crews were out overnight trying to minimize outages. The slow-moving storm destroyed docks in Pensacola Beach, Florida on Tuesday, with massive waves threatening others. Protective dunes in Dolphin Island, Alabama, washed away.
Everybody ain't like me.
Just north of Mobile, Robert Martin was out enjoying the weather, but had his sights set on better days.
After the storm, I'm just looking through and looking at the weekend. It's going to be sunny and 75, nice beach down here in Mobile, Alabama.
Governor Kay Ivey warned of historic flooding.
Those who live on the Gulf Coast are all too familiar with Mother Nature's wrath. We still hope and pray that Sally will not bring that type of pain and heartache.
You can see how powerful these winds are right now and how heavy this rainfall is as Hurricane Sally moves on shore. It was moving so slowly, just 2 miles per hour at points, allowing it time to strengthen as it moved toward the coastline here. Originally taking aim at Mississippi, the storm turned east, taking greater aim at Alabama and the Florida Panhandle.
Sally's all over the place.
Residents in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi took advantage of the near miss while keeping those in the path of Sally in their thoughts.
Just because we're not going to, be the direct hitter in the path, that means somebody else is.
Because Sally is moving so slowly, forecasters say up to 30 inches of rain may fall in some areas.
And you can see that rain coming down right now here in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Because this storm is moving so incredibly slowly, really just 2 or 3 miles sometimes at some points, it is creating major risk right now for historic flooding as well as life-threatening storm surge. April?
Yeah, it's been really interesting, Nancy, to check in with you 2 mornings in a row because this is a slow-moving storm. It really hasn't moved far from where it was yesterday morning at this time, but wow, conditions have really changed where you are.
Absolutely. Just looking around here, even overnight, because of how slow-moving the storm is, you can really see the localized flooding that's starting to pick up, as well as roads being shut down. And we've also had people evacuate out of this area as these conditions worsen.
All right. Well, thank you again for the report, and to you and your crew, stay safe this morning. All right, so she is in Florida. Yeah, she's in Florida this morning again, and not too far from where Hurricane Sally made landfall, which is Gulf Shores, Alabama. And you can see Florida is getting hit pretty hard with these rain bands, which have just been ongoing because the speed, the lack of speed really for Sally has been our main story here, moving at 3 miles per hour currently. Now, we have seen some good news here that the strength of this storm has just been downgraded with 90-mile-per-hour winds. That means it's now a Category 1 hurricane. We had been seeing 105-mile-per-hour winds, which made it a Cat 2 storm. So let's take a look at where Sally is headed next. It's still forecast to be a pretty slow mover. This is tomorrow morning, Thursday at 1 a.m. as a tropical storm, still moving over kind of that same area, pushing up toward the northeast southeast, eventually bringing some of that heavy rain to Georgia and the Carolinas. This rainfall forecast is pretty crazy. This is the area where they're talking about 15 or more inches, really some areas that could see up to 30. Let's talk about what's going on.